This series explores Atalanta Fugiens, the famous alchemical work. It is far more than a strange historical book. On one level, it offers a comprehensive summary of alchemical concepts. But more importantly, it invites the reader into a spiritual journey. The complexity of its emblem discourses requires heightened attention, almost as if the reader were entering their world. In this way, engaging with the book may become a kind of initiation. A closer examination of the book's topics, the emblem discourses, reveals that they are not randomly arranged. Their sequence is intentional. This is already suggested by the opening and closing images of the book. The very first emblem depicts a fetus, followed by an image of newborns. In contrast, the final emblem shows a female figure lying in a tomb, encircled by a dragon. One might assume that certain topics are arranged according to a specific rule. However, since the book itself presents its pages in a fixed order, it is more likely that the emblem discourses are meant to be read in that order. Looking more closely at the emblems, distinct thematic groups begin to emerge. The opening series primarily illustrates the properties of nature. From the 11th emblem onward, the focus shifts to manual activities, which can broadly be described by the term art. The next series begins with the 21st emblem, which introduces the concept of the philosopher's stone, while the 23rd portrays the birth of Athena from the head of Zeus. By the 26th emblem, wisdom itself is personified as a woman, followed by an emblem depicting the philosopher's rosary. This sequence suggests a thematic focus on wisdom. The next series of images centers around the philosopher's stone, though here it appears more as an abstract ideal than a physical substance. It represents the highest intellectual quality embodied in material form, signifying not just its existence but the perpetual quest for it. The final series of emblems addresses what might overcome mortality. This overarching theme can best be described as transcendence, exploring what endures beyond the passage of time. The analysis of the emblem discourses suggests that they are grouped around 5 overarching themes, with each theme containing 10 emblem discourses, 10 topics. The book consists of 50 emblem discourses. If we break 50 down into its prime factors, we get 2 times 5 times 5. This allows for only a few possible ways to create a balanced, grid-like arrangement. Grouping the emblems in pairs does not seem to be a primary pattern. However, Meyer does emphasize the midpoint of the sequence, treating it as a kind of turning point, which subtly distinguishes the first half of the book from the second. The primary structure appears to be a division into 5 themes, each consisting of 10 emblems. Moreover, Meyer seems to refine this further by breaking each theme into 2 smaller groups of 5. Each theme is formed by 2 sequences of 5 images. Interestingly, this structuring also aligns with the way Roman numerals are arranged between 1 and 50. The Roman numerals from 1 to 50 can be read as symbolic markers, representing steps, boundaries, and transitions between different domains. The numeral I, 1, is like a single step, or its footprint. 2 represents 2 steps, 3 represents 3 steps. With X, 10, we reach the boundary of a new domain. The numbers that follow, 11, 12, 13, represent steps taken within this new X domain. Similarly, when we reach XX, 20 and XXX, 30, we encounter another boundary, and the numbers that follow indicate steps within that new domain. The number IX, 9, is particularly interesting as it symbolizes the step that must be taken to reach the boundary. The I before the X needs to be cleared in order to reach the X. The numeral V5 has a similar transitional quality. In fact, V is essentially the upper half of X, meaning that X can be understood as a composition of two V's, one as the base, the other mirrored. Therefore, V represents the halfway point of our journey. The numbers that follow, 6, 7, 8, suggest steps on a new path that starts from the same origin. With X, XX and XXX, we see a series of new domains appearing quantitatively. But when we reach L, 50, it represents a pivotal transition into a qualitatively new domain. Before reaching L, the number XL, 40, already introduces the promise of that transition. While earlier domains seem to be about gradual accumulation, the steps in the XL domain are directly oriented towards reaching the L domain. The symbolic meaning of the Roman numerals from 1 to 50 offers a framework for interpreting the sequence of topics in Atalanta Fugiens. The book is organized into 5 major themes, which can be thought of as 5 domains. Within each domain, 10 emblem discourses describe a specific path. 1 represents an initial step, something that must be done to begin the journey. In this context, it is a necessary mindset or attitude that prepares us to move forward. 2 signifies taking multiple steps. Here, it often refers to a longer process or an action to be repeated. 3 is a step that allows us to reach a culmination point, like reaching the top of a hill, where a broader perspective can be achieved. 9 usually marks a moment of realization, the existence of a new domain, and 10 is the decisive step that must be taken to complete this part and cross the boundary into the new domain. The number 5 marks the halfway point. However, unlike a simple midpoint, the journey through the second half begins from the same starting position, as visually suggested by the shape of V, but this time with the knowledge gained from the previous steps. This creates a pattern in which each theme is explored in 2 ascending arcs, both originating from the same point but with the second part unfolding at a higher level. The journey continues with deeper insight, moving through the same territory in a more elevated way. It appears that Meyer placed great importance on the arrangement of the topics. Each emblem discourse carries its Roman numeral in 6 different locations. If Meyer structured these allegorical themes according to this system, then it is possible that he used the Roman numerals as a kind of coordinate system, a map that guides the intellectual journey. The 5 thematic domains can also be linked to the 5 classical elements. Nature corresponds to earth, the foundation, the ground. Art aligns with water, associated with shaping and transformation. Wisdom relates to air, representing intellectual flow. The quest for the stone is linked to fire, symbolizing evolution and the pursuit of the ideal. Transcendence corresponds to ether, the quintessence, the 5th element that transcends the material world. The final theme, Transcendence, represents the shift from quantity to quality. It is hinted at earlier in the transition from XXXIX 39 to XL 40. Then, after the penultimate step, XLIX 49, we arrive at the simple clarity of L 50, a number that marks a pivotal change. It is also worth noting that 50 is represented by the letter L, which is the first letter of the Latin word lapis, meaning stone. And the most basic concept of alchemy, that is related to the idea of ultimate transmutation and perfection, is the lapis philosophorum, the philosopher's stone. The symbolic meaning of Roman numerals provides an interpretive framework for the system of Atalanta Fugiens. There are 5 main themes, each consisting of 10 emblem discourses or topics. The next part discusses how Meyer refers to these themes.